y'all? This is Unapologetically, which she don't come to play. Okay, and today I have an interesting video because, as you can see by the title, how did I manifest my second marriage after my first one failed? Yeah, I said second, and you bitches can't even get first. Okay, I'm just kidding, but yeah, um. We're going to get into that. We're going to get into what I did to manifest my now husband and a little bit. I'm not going to get into too much detail about my last marriage, but I'm going to give you a little bit of why my first one failed and while I feel like this marriage is more of my, cup of tea. Okay, so y'all know um I got married. My first marriage, I got married in 2018, and that lasted about 4 years. Um, I'm just gonna say, listen, I'm just gonna say, it was the first couple years was cool until I started observing things that was kind of turning me off. Like I'm very observant when in my friendships, in my relationships, in any type of social interaction. I'm very observant. So, like I said, the first couple of years was pretty good. As you can see, he was spoiling me. He bought me a car. Well, I bought myself a car. The first car was mine. Then the second car he bought me. He took me out to a lot of places, which was cool. It was nice. I always wanted, to be spoiled. I wanted to be taken care of. That's just my energy. I like being with a man that takes care of me. I like being with a man that I can rely on. Because no woman wants to just be with a man and she's still taking care of everything. Like those days are behind me. I dealt with those type of men. Like I was taking care of them more than they was taking care of me. But as I got older, I'm like, I don't want that in my life. What I really want is I want a family man. I want to get married. I've always wanted to get married since a very, 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 very young age. I've always wanted marriage, kids, the whole nine, right? So when I got into this marriage, I was very optimistic. Um, I didn't really have any expectations. You know what I'm saying? I was just, in my bliss. I was just in the element of, I'm married now. I got a man who's taking care of me and my kids, and he was doing all the right things. Okay, all the right things in the beginning. It's always like that in the beginning, right? So, like I said, I'm not gonna get too much detail, but I feel like that's another video on its own. But let's just say I started to realize he was for everybody. Slowly but surely, I started to see he was for everybody. Like, you go to a fucking dinner and your man starts smiling a little too hard when the waiter's around. Yeah, that type of for everybody. So once I started realizing that, um, my energy started retracting. It's a lot more to the story, but like I said, that's another video for another time. But once I see that you're for everybody, you're gonna be exactly for that. For everybody. Because you're not gonna be for me. Okay? Period. You're not gonna be for me. So once I realized that he's not who he say he was, you know, I feel like some guys like to put on the front, like, oh, the good guy act. Oh, it's always the good guy act. If the guy ever comes to you, I'm a good guy. I'm a good guy. Don't believe him. Don't trust them, honey. Because that good guy act is only but that. A fucking act, okay? A motherfucking act. When I say this man put on a motherfucking... When I say he was living a double life. This man was living a double life. I don't have, and this was the beginning. This was the beginning of my spiritual journey. So around this time, I was doing tarot. I was getting into tarot. I think I was doing tarot readings at this time. So I was doing tarot readings. This is when I first started doing tarot readings. And I started doing readings on my marriage. So a lot of shit started coming up in my readings, and I'm like, oh, I love when people start doing shit behind my back and think I'm not gonna find out. Okay, so that's why I love tarot. If y'all don't understand why I love tarot so much, y'all gotta get into it. Okay, because tarot told me things this man would never have told me. Okay, never. Never have told me, and this is my own readings I was doing on myself. So imagine you doing a reading on your man, and infidelity pops up. Bitch, I was too stunned to speak. Okay, I'm like, in a way, I was in denial. I was like, nah, no. Then you have a feeling. I'm like, maybe there's some truth to that. Until it plays out in your face, for your eyes, in real time. Bitch, you know how fucking broken I was? And I'm the type of person where cheating is not the end all be all for me. Cheating is not the end all be all for me. Okay? I give chances, which maybe that's my downfall, but nobody's perfect. I'm pretty aware that men have, their urges and stuff. And so do women. I'm not perfect either. Trust and believe. I'm not perfect. And I don't expect nobody that I be with to be perfect. And this is where I had to learn, this is where I had to learn that I'm not expecting to have my dream yet. Like all dots on the line. I'm not expecting that. You know what I'm saying? But when I got with this man, oh, just know I started jotting down my dream man right after all the shit he put me through. And that was the start of me manifesting another man. Okay, while still with my husband. Okay, I feel like women leave mentally before they leave physically. Okay, so when I realized this man wasn't for me, well, my mindset started churning. Okay, so what I like to do is when I realize, okay, is this something that I want to stick around? Is this marriage worth me battling out and sacrificing my life to continue to make it work? So you know what I did? I did a pros and cons, right? On my marriage. Pros, stops, cons, no, too much. Once I realized the cons was more than the pros, oh, you got to go, buddy. You got to go. Okay? And that's exactly what I started planning. My exit plan. My exit plan. That's when I started planning my exit. Okay? Mentally, wasn't there. I was already not there after a couple years. Realized he ain't shit. Mentally, I checked out. At this point, now you get my bitch side. Now, instead of just like ending it all, my thing is, right? My thing is, I do like to put in some effort before I just end relationships. Okay, as you can see, I was jumping from relationship before I even got in, before I was married. I was jumping from relationships to relationships, and most of my relationships last for a couple years. If serious, right? Excuse me. If serious, my relationships last for a couple years because, bitch, I'm that girl. No, I'm just playing, but I'm just, no, seriously. I'm like, people know when they get around me, I'm a privilege to be around. Because bitch, not only do you have that girl, but she gonna take care of you. Like I take care of my nigga. If my nigga taking care of me, I'm gonna take care of him. Period. Hence, if you taking care of me. So when I realized, okay, this nigga's doing too much. Now you're disrespecting me, right? He started to get real disrespectful. He started acting like he was that nigga. Huh? You know when you get around a nigga, all right? And he's not all that. Now I'm not saying like looks wise, but I'm saying personality wise, he's not giving like, you know, there's a difference between a nigga that just be coast, stay out the way, don't really, don't really bother people, and then a cocky nigga that just like to be in everybody's face, and he like to show. He went from the all right coast nigga, lay low nigga to oh I'm that nigga. You better. Sorry, where did the switch up come? Where the sudden switch up? Now he was a Taurus, right? And one thing about Taurus, they like to control. Okay, they like to control. And once he realized, because I'm a Cancer and I love hard. So once he thought he had me under his motherfucking wing, he started switching up like I had to kiss his ass. Huh? I don't. One thing about me, I don't kiss ass. Okay, and that was the end of the relationship right there. He started moving walkie, cheating, and then what really sealed the deal is when I found out he was sending bitches money. He was sending money to other bitches. One thing, I'll let cheating slide. Okay, okay. When I hear you gave the bitch money, you giving not only you giving the bitch money, but when I need the money, you giving me lit. Oh, you so freely sending them bitches money. But when I, your wife, need the money, you giving me your ass to kiss. Now watch this. That was the end of that. Once I, retracted myself from this marriage, I said, listen, I'm done. I said, boy, buddy, no more. I don't know who the fuck you think I am, but you're done. You're done. You're done. Now, like I said, I love hard. I love hard, but I'll fall back hard a bitch if I need to with the quickness. I'm so quick with cutting people off. It's not even funny. Once I realized, listen, this dude is not for me. All emotions off, all commitment off. I started doing me. Nigga was already doing him. I'm gonna start doing me. And I'm not the type to be fucking everybody that comes in my path. Like, that's not revenge to me. I'm gonna show you how I work. Okay? I'm gonna get this motherfucking money. Okay? Because he thought I was doing so much better with him because of his money. I said, sir, let me show you something. And that's when I started going hard with my tarot readings. Yeah. Yeah. That's when I started going hard and making that money on social media. Yeah. Yeah. Because what? As soon as a nigga think I need him, as soon as a nigga start moving like I need him, I'm going to show you why I don't. I'm going to show you why I don't. Okay? So, at this point, I'm checked out emotionally, physically. I checked out, right? So this was about the time where I moved into my apartment. And there was an incident where He's supposedly helping me move in, right? My son was like 1 or 2 years old at this time. He's supposed to be helping me move in. Why he drives me there, right? And has me carry all the bags, these big heavy bags, into the apartment. Bitch, why did I cut my whole fucking thumb while carrying those bags? And he's sitting, and I'm about to cry, bro, because it's, whoa! It was traumatizing. I had my 2-year-old. My son was either 1 or 2 at this time. I split my whole thumb open on glass, bro, because I had no help. Why the fuck are you supposedly helping me and you sit in the car watching me carry these big ass bags to the apartment? What kind of help are you, my nigga? So right after that, I said, you're finito. I had to go to the hospital. I still have the scar, bro. I still have the scar, bro. Ooh, I'm about to cry. Let me. It was in that moment when I realized this motherfucker is just like my mother. Okay? Everything had to be about him. Everything had to be on his time. He wouldn't move unless he was comfortable. He felt like moving. I said, this nigga's a narcissist. Just like my mother. And I knew I could not continue to be with this man. I could not continue to be with this man. I had an outsider who saw what went on call the hospital because this nigga act like he didn't know how to call the ambulance. I don't deal with men like that anymore. I feel like all my childhood I dealt with men who did not give a fuck about my feelings. They only cared about what I did for them. Was it emotionally, sexually? They did not care. And I said, I'm no longer dealing with men like that. I'm no longer dealing with men like that. And I cut his ass off. From there, I cut his ass off. When I say he tried everything in the fucking book, when I say he tried everything in the fucking book, oh, I'll buy you another car. I'll do this. Bitch, keep your money. Keep whatever the fuck you. I don't want none of it. It's not worth it, bro. And right then and there, I started doing me. I started focusing on me. I started I really had to purge. I had a lot of therapy sessions. I just had to really gather myself. You know what I'm saying? I really had to gather myself. And what really helped me gather myself is really realizing, why do I keep attracting these men? Why am I always attracted to these men? And I had to realize it all stems from my past, sorry, my past, and what I used to deal with in the childhood home. I tolerated neglect. I tolerated disrespect. I tolerated just getting the bare minimum. And I was tired of tolerating that. You know what I'm saying? So after I realized, listen, I'm not for this man is not for me. I do not want nothing to do with this man. Um, I took time to myself. It took me a couple months to a couple years to realize I need to be by myself. I I am always going from relationship to relationship, and yeah, I was talking to other people after, but like nothing really serious. I never wanted a commitment after that. I was more focused on myself. I was more focused on, getting myself together. I was more focused on getting myself together, and I just realized that I wanted more for myself. I wanted more for my kids. I want a family that stays a family, and I just realized that this is not the person that I want to have a family with. Yeah, he tried so hard to get me back, to try to get me to get pregnant. It wasn't happening, sir. Still to this day. Still to this day, he think I'm gonna come back and I'm just change my mind about everything that's going on in my life and just go back to him. He's delusional, which is why I left his ass. But once I realized this is not the man I want a family with, and I'm so big on family, and there's a reason why I didn't have a baby with him. Um, he has a lot of anger inside of him pent up. When I heard this man talk about a hitman, I was like, yeah, this is not the man for me. Sir, why are you talking about hitman? And what agenda do you have in your mind? Because if something happened to me, just know it was him. A hitman? Sir. He was like, yeah, because I know somebody else. I was like, huh? I was like, this is no. No, 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 no. I don't even play like that. I don't play those games. Okay, sir? I don't play those games. So once I see where his mental was, it's like, no. So later down the line, um, let's get into how I started manifesting my new marriage, right? My new relationship. Let's just say I took some time off for me. I took the necessary time that I needed for me. I did not want to jump into another relationship, going through the same shit, going through the same cycle. Okay. So I had to do some soul searching. I had to do some shadow work. I had to love on myself, and I had to learn to love for myself because at this point I didn't know what love is. I don't know what love is. I never got love at the home, never got love outside the home. I don't know what love is. So I had to teach myself what love is to myself. I had to learn to love myself because no one ever showed me real love. Not my mother, not my father, not nobody. It was always conditional love, not unconditional. By condition, I was loved. And I don't move like that. My heart is big, okay? Real big. So the fact that I never experienced love for myself, I had to change that. I had to sit back and realize, what do I love? What do I like doing? What makes me feel good? So yeah, I had to learn to love myself. I had to learn what I loved. I had to learn what made me feel loved. So I just started writing. I'm a writer. Anything I feel, anything I want to manifest in my life, I write it down. I literally have journals on journals. I've been journaling since I've been living with my mom. Like, if I can go back to her house and get my journals, you will be fucking astonished on the things that I broke back then, and now I'm now living in today's time. So yeah, I've always been a writer. I feel like that helps me manifest what I want in my life. So what I started doing, I started writing down what I wanted in my life, what I wanted in a relationship, what I wanted in a man, and I just started loving myself. I started taking myself out on dates. I started really just cutting off all the things that don't make me feel loved. And that meant a lot of people had to go. A lot of people had to go. Like, if I'm in this state where I'm loving myself and I'm growing and I'm healing, and I get around people who are still complaining and have this negative energy every time you get around them, you're not gonna get anywhere. You're gonna be stuck. You're gonna be like, every time you go, thought you was going, So I had to cut a lot of people out of my life, and yeah, it hurt because a lot of people I really cared about, a lot of people that I cut off, I had love for, but they didn't have the same love for me. So I had to cut them off. I really had to put myself in solitude, like really bring myself to be selfish. Like you have to learn to be selfish sometimes, especially when you're a giver, especially when you always going out your way for other people. You have to learn to retract that energy and do for self. You have to understand that everything is not about everybody else all the time when it's your life. You know what I'm saying? So when I realized, listen, I had to cut these people out of my life, I had to really focus on myself. I started writing down the type of life I wanted for myself. I write down my goals. Like I said, I'm a writer. So I just like writing things out. I like writing down how I feel, what I felt in this time. Like I energy dump, I channel. All my channels is written, everything that I feel is written. So once I felt like I wanted a loving relationship, once I felt like, okay, I think I'm ready to be, I felt like, you know what? Scratch that. I was not looking. I was not looking for any. That's the crazy part. Now that I'm thinking about it, I was not looking for a relationship. I was more focused on me. I was more focused on me. If you have me on, Instagram and stuff, you would see that I was taking myself out a lot. I was going places. Yeah, I was doing things and I was linking with niggas, but I did not give myself to these niggas. I did not give more than I needed to give. You know what I'm saying? So I was I was focused on, going to the gym, bettering my health, bettering my mental health, just bettering my life for me. And then like it just happened. Like, I just found my person. Like, well, he kind of he kind of found me, but it's like I was not looking for a relationship. I was not looking for anything. I was just more focused on myself. So, like I said, I was going to the gym and I was really consistent at this time, going to the gym, and then I meet my now husband. I'm at the gym, right, minding my business, doing my thing, and I just see this boy, just see this guy in the corner of my eye, just keep looking at me. Like every time I go to the gym, I can sense when people are looking at me. I can sense when people like me, but I don't act on it because that's none of my business. That's their business. You know what I'm saying? But I can feel energy. So when somebody has their eyes on me, their attention on me, I can feel it. I glance and they looking right at me. I'm like, okay, I know what I have to do. But when I seen them, I was just like, okay. I realized that he's peeping me, right? So I'm moving to other machines, right? And he kind of like moving closer. I'm like, okay. Going to different machines and he's like moving right next to me, right? So I'm trying to record a video. So this is when he took initiative to be like, oh, do you need me to record? I wish I still had that video, but like the service was really bad in the gym. So that video did not even make it to Instagram because that video I was trying to record for Instagram. So he comes up to me. I realized he's following me. So he just took the initiative, was like, he saw me like trying to record the video and he was like, oh, do you need somebody to record? I'm like, yeah, sure. Da 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 da, right? Um he took the video. I'm trying to upload the video. I'm like, the video's not even uploaded. So boom. Then he's like, oh, do you want to work out together? And then that's when we have conversation. That's when we start having little conversation. I'm like, yeah, whatever. So we start working out together. And then he's like, oh, do you want to work out, buddy? So I'm like, okay, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I give him my number. And then the rest is history, honey. Like he that ass took the initiative um to pursue me. And it's funny because when I met him, he was like, I'm gonna marry you. I'm gonna marry you. I'm like, yep, you just met me, sir. But he's like, yeah, it's something about you. He's like, I'm gonna marry you. I'm like, okay. But yeah, we just from then on, it was like we was almost together almost every day. We started texting every day. If we wasn't together, we were texting, we were FaceTiming. Um, I think the first time I actually chilled with him, I went to his house and he made me dinner. Um, Made me some food, which was a plus for me because you know I like to eat. And he didn't try anything. That's what really got me sold is that he didn't try. You know how niggas you meet niggas and they just don't have the patience. They just want to get in your pants. They just like to insinuate, yeah, my intentions are to fuck you, right? But he didn't give me that, right? He wanted to get to know me. He wanted to, what I was about. He wasn't even worried about sex, you know. But what really drew me in is that he didn't try either. Like he just he wanted to feel me out. He wanted me to understand him, and I wanted to understand. I was kind of like standoffish. I was just like he was trying to like get a little deeper, and I was just like, like I said, I wasn't looking for anything. I wasn't looking for relationships. I wasn't looking for anything like that. And I kept telling him that I'm like, listen, I'm not looking for anything. I'm not. I'm not. I'm not. But he's like, yeah, okay, okay, and he got me. Let's just say he got me because like it was a conversation and I could tell it was like something different about him. And then now that I'm actually with him, it's like this was divinely orchestrated. Like what are the odds, right? He is the same sign as me, right? Which could be a good and a bad thing because I dealt with the same signs before and previously they were assholes. Okay, they were cheaters, cheated, lemon squeezers. They were liars. They were horrible. They were another double life. Okay? They were another motherfuckers that lived double lives. Dealing with your same sign, you gotta find the evolved ones, the healed ones. And like I said, he was completely different from the past relationships that I dealt with when it comes to the same signs, but he showed me that he was looking for love. He wasn't looking for a one night stand. He wasn't looking for a mess around. He wasn't looking for nothing. He was looking for something serious. And the way he carried himself, like he was just ready to like take me out and stuff. He just wanted to. He was buying me sneakers. He was just doing anything to show that he wanted me romantically because, like I said, I didn't want anything. I didn't. Wasn't looking for a relationship. I was just more caught on in myself. And if you know on Instagram, I was kind of talking about him, but I told him everything. But because I was really skeptical, and I tell Instagram everything, and but yeah, he ended up being the love of my life, and I just feel like if I wasn't in that state of being selfish, focusing on my love for myself, I wouldn't have manifested him because he is like a spitting image of me. He's like a male version of me. Like he's spiritual. Like he's Muslim, as y'all know. He's Muslim. I'm not Muslim, y'all. I I know I wore a jib on my our ceremony, but I did not convert, y'all. I'm still very much open to any practice I feel suits me right now, and it's still African tradition. It's still Ifa tradition for me. I'm not completely sold on Muslim yet, but he made me comfortable. And he doesn't push his religion on me, even though he does want me to be Muslim because that is his culture. But I just feel like that's all he knows. So it's kind of why he wants me to be Muslim. But he doesn't force me to convert. Um, and it's funny because God, before I even met him, God was like, "You're gonna meet somebody, and he's gonna want to help you. He's gonna, he's going to grow with you, right?" And these are the messages I was getting. Like I said, I was more spiritual. I'm more into tarot reading. So these messages were coming like hot fire. I'm like, who the fuck are you talking about? I don't know what you're talking about, but I'm not looking for anything right now, right? But God kept saying, you're going to meet somebody. And this person is going to help you in your journey. And then I met him. And then he tells me he went to somebody that said he was going to meet somebody in America because he's from Senegal, right? So he also was getting readings. Ain't that crazy? He was also getting readings that was saying he was going to meet somebody in America and that they were going to be a match for him. And so, yeah, so I just felt like that was confirmation for me that this was the guy that God was telling me about. And it was like, and it was just like everything that I was getting messages before I even met him when we got together. It was just like everything was playing out. Like I said, I'm intuitive, so I feel stuff before it even happens. So when God was telling me this stuff, I was in denial. I was like, yeah, whatever. Which, well, I need to stop doing that. I've learned to stop doing that, okay? Because anything that God sends to me, shit, it be fucking happening. So when it was playing out, confirmation, I'm just like, wow, like, I'm in disbelief. This is when I really started believing. This is when I really started believing, damn, I really have a gift, a spiritual gift, because ain't no way my head predicted all this stuff before it happened in real life. So it was just like confirmation after confirmation. And when I say like that's why like when I say when I feel like this was divinely orchestrated, that's why I call him my yang to my yang, his yang to his yang to his yang. You know what I'm saying? Because he really does bring a side of me that I've never even like dealt with before. Yeah, he's still is growing. I'm still growing. We're not perfect. Nobody's perfect. You know, I never, like I said, don't expect the people that I be with to be everything that I want in a man, but he did check off a lot of my checklist. And the thing that really attracted me towards him was that he was a praying man. Like, you know what I'm saying? He was more into prayer. And like even when had disputes and stuff and we would get into it, he would pray. Like that's what his go-to is. Not going outside to fuck the next bitch. He would go on his mat and pray. Right? So and I just felt like I never felt like I never felt insecure in this relationship. You know what I'm saying? And even if I did, he would reassure me that I'm the only one for him, and he made the effort. Okay, just like I would make the effort. If he didn't like something, I would change it. Not like me changing my whole being, but it was just like if I felt like it was disrespecting him, I would not do it. And he would do the same for me. So I just felt like God really wanted us to be together because he's teaching me a lot. Like he may be younger than me. He's 26, but he's teaching me a whole fucking lot. Okay? And I'm pretty sure that I'm teaching him a lot. He says that he started benefiting a lot more when he got with me. Like he never felt this way with any other woman. You know, he's like a lot of other women just wanted to use him, and that's how I felt. You know what I'm saying? We both felt like we was being used in relationships. So I just felt like this was orchestrated by God, okay? And and it wouldn't and I feel like I wouldn't have never came to the space if I didn't take a break like completely from relationships, from any male interactions or any kind of interaction in general because I probably would have still been clouded in the mind. I probably would have still been angry at the world because my relationship failed. You know what I'm saying? It's not like I was angry at the world, but it's just like I had a lot of anger inside of me. I had a lot of anger inside of me, but like when I met him, I was just like calm. Like he was home to me, like my home, not my childhood home, but my home. And I just felt so safe with him, and just like he showed PDA. I love. First of all, I love a good PDA. Right? He's into PDA. He grabs my hand when we go outside. Like he opens the door. Like he is everything that I want in a man. And I was scared to marry at first. You know, I was scared to get into another marriage. Like I went through hell in my last marriage. I'm like, bro, I literally is like going through hell trying to get a divorce out of somebody. Like I don't want to go through that again. You know what I'm saying? So when I got with him, I just felt like this is the person I'm supposed to marry. Like this is the person I'm supposed to be with because everything just flowed so easily to me. Like it is true when you have a good relationship, like things just start becoming better. And then when I started getting more into like the human design and astrology, started really depicting like just recently, I'm looking at my birth chart, and do you know you can find your second marriage in astrology? And bro, when I say I found him, and I look at his chart, and I found me, I was like, huh? I was like, whoa! It was like he's gonna have Aries traits. He's gonna be he's gonna take the initiative, and that's exactly what happened. It's funny because they say he's gonna be an Aries trait. I don't really know exactly his placements, but what I know from what I've seen, because his mom, I asked him to ask his mama for his time. She don't know the exact time, so I'm going based off what she said to him. And we, as you know, Aries is very action oriented. We met at the gym, bro. That can't be more action driven. That can't be more action driven than that. We met at the fucking gym, bro. And he came up to me, which, like they said, those were that the Aries traits will take initiative. He came up to me. He made the initiative to be with me. I didn't, like I said, I don't honestly. If you ask anybody, I can like you and not say shit to you. Okay, I may drop a couple hints, but I will not flat out say, "Hey, I want to be with you." Just that's not me. It's never been me. I just do my thing, send a subliminal, and see if you catch it. But other than that, I did not. I don't do that. So so when I seen that in my chart and I seen his chart, I was like, whoa, nothing but God, bro. So I'm saying this to say, if you feel like you have been struggling in relationships, finding somebody for you in this lifetime, and just, feeling like you don't really connect with anybody, you need to start connecting with yourself. Okay? It's time to start connecting with yourself. And then everything else will play out for you. Because when I say I was not looking for a relationship, I was not looking for anything. It came to me. Everything just happened to me. I'm saying this genuinely. Stop looking. Stop looking. And you know what else I had to stop doing? Stop bashing men. I was like, these niggas ain't shit. These niggas ain't nothing. All right. I had to stop doing that. I had to stop doing that. And I had to see people for who they are, because not everybody's the same. If you take it as everybody's the same, you're gonna keep attracting the same type of people. So when I realized I need to stop projecting that energy out, and I started attracting differently from myself, it's all in the power of your words. It's all in the power of your thoughts. It's all in the power of your words, and all in the power of your actions. Stop projecting on what you're looking for. If what you've been through hasn't been good, doesn't mean all of your experience is going to be like that. But if you keep speaking like that, that's exactly what you're going to get. So I had to stop negatively talking about my, social life, my relationships, anything. And I started just seeking what I needed to change within me because I'm not perfect. You know what I'm saying? And what I need to work on, I was working on. I'm not looking to change anybody else. I'm not doing that. That's why I'm quick to cut people off. I'm not sitting here explaining to you what you got going on because all you're going to do is mask like you change it and then go right back to the no. I'm changing what I need to change for myself. And what is for me will always be for me. And that's what I had to realize. Loving on myself, changing myself is what got me where I am today. So if you learned anything from this, please take it from me. Be the change you want to see. Be the person you want to be in a relationship with. Start taking yourself out on dates. Start treating yourself how you want to be treated. Don't go into these relationships expecting people to treat you how you want them to treat. No, treat yourself how you want to be treated, and everybody else is going to see how you're treating yourself, and they're going to automatically know, listen, she's not just anybody you just go up and just do what you do. You got to come correct. That's going to be automatic because people are going to see how you treat yourself, and they're not going to just play with you. Now, if you allow them to play with you, then that's what you're going to get. But once you set a firm boundary and foundation that, listen, I'm not tolerating this, that, and the third, and you stand on that, or you're going to see shit regulate. Okay? You ain't got to do shit. Shit's going to be regulating on its own. So, I hope y'all enjoy my little story time, I guess. And if you like the content that I post, please like, comment, and subscribe. Like I said, I'm still trying to get in the motion of posting more, but it's still a work in process for me, okay? It's still a work in process. But I hope y'all enjoy y'all Easter. I hope y'all enjoyed this video, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye!